So week 48 updates at ClockIt, and it's a different format this time. I am getting into more of the updates that we have, some real things that we can show you that we've been doing behind the scenes with the scheduler. It's been out on beta for a while now, but I think now is a good time to showcase what we've done and help you understand where we are making most of the changes with the scheduler. So what you see on screen is the new scheduler. We've been speaking about this for the last couple of weeks, months. Some of our customers have been getting into the beta to try features out, but I'm just going to run you through a very quick demo of how things look and how they work. Now, keeping the scheduler simple was by far the most difficult task that we had to do. And when you have a product like ClockIt that has been developed over 10 years and you're trying to bring in everything together to make it as simple as possible so that we can show you the right information, that's what makes the whole process very challenging. So what we've done is we've combined the clock in, clock out calendar, we've combined the scheduler, we've combined the correction requests, the PTO, and the holidays into a single calendar, and we've simplified the calendar as well, and that's what you're seeing on screen. Now, if I scroll, there is a live line that shows me where I'm today. It shows me the past schedules for all the users. It shows me the status if they're clocked in, if they've missed a punch. It shows me the details of each schedule that has been assigned. And you can obviously click on the schedule and you can get the schedule information. You can update your notes, you can update your photos, and also raise correction requests within the schedule. This schedule is tied down to a location. So yes, we are bringing GPS locations to the web clock in and clock outs. And you can also additionally see the schedules for the rest of your users and how they pan out throughout the 2-week period. If you're interested in a daily view, you can just simply load the daily view and you can get the schedule for each day. You can move back and forth between the days. If you prefer a 2-week view, you can get that over here. And if you prefer the monthly view, we have that option as well. And it shows you the schedules for all your users across every single day for that entire month, and you can move back and forth. Now, we do show you the PTO information, the correction information, and the schedules for each individual shift. And as before, we are bringing in the permissions into these modules. So depending on if you have permissions to clock in or clock out that user, you can do those. Another bit that we've improved is when I said that we brought in the PTO, the scheduling, and the correction requests all into one, you can essentially filter this view out and you can see all the data for those that have clocked in, those that have a pending correction, or those that have a pending PTO, and this entire calendar is going to filter out. Additionally, you can even filter out by username. So simply type in the user and you can get the updated information for that user. Or you could also look at information over here, which is available. Now we show you the time zone of that local user, a local time zone for that user. So when you schedule that user in, you are aware of what time zone they belong to. We have many customers that have offshore teams, and we believe that this feature should essentially help you to schedule your team better. Now, if you look at the schedules, there are ways in which you can update the schedule. So I'm going to use our new universal search feature where I just type in Command K and I can look at managing the shifts. And all I do is I create a schedule and I can save it as a template. Now, each schedule can be tied down to a time clock. So maybe some schedules can only be done on the mobile app. Some schedules are only for the biometric clocks that we supply. And you have the location settings for each of your each of your schedules and the photo capture options. The other information are the clock in time expected, the clock out time expected. You can create a task list for your users. And then we have the rounding rules, break rules, IP rules, and location rules. Now, these are all optional, but the rounding rules, we now support rounding to the nearest 15 minutes. We do support in rounding and out rounding separately for both in and out, and we are also bringing in the auto clock in, clock out features. We do have multiple breaks supported now, so you can have multiple breaks created for each schedule type, and you can have the maximum duration, the minimum amount of time that's required between when they need to take a break or not, whether you need to automatically add a few minutes, or how, and also mention how much time of that is a paid break or not. The IP rules are the same as before, where you can restrict a particular schedule to an IP address, nothing new there. And then we have the location rules, which is going to be all your locations. You can specify them and have multiple locations. And the big feature that we're bringing in over here is the background tracking, only available on the mobile apps and the kiosk apps, of course. And we allow you to essentially notify you via email or Slack or Microsoft Teams when a user moves out of a clocked in location or a checked in location. Now, for most of you, these scheduling options may be very extensive, but these are all optional features that we are bringing in. You may or may not use it, but for the ones that need it, it's an absolute game changer in the way the schedules work. We do have customers that essentially do not use scheduling as well, and by default we do give you a default schedule which you can go ahead and apply to all users, and that's about it. Everything else works just the same. You clock in, clock out in the exact same way. Now, one more feature that we are bringing in, which was just added in the last minute, was you can now view the schedule in your respective time zone or in the time zone of another user. This should definitely help with your scheduling needs. And what we are adding this week is going to be the work duration for each shift, the break durations, and the PTO information and the durations. We will show it to you along the schedule itself. And what that means is we will show you the totals for that 2-week period for any given user along their user cards. Now, where this becomes helpful is, in the past, we've heard customers, all that they need to do is simply track the clock in, clock out information for the users. They don't even need to go into the reports. You can simply set the date for your payroll period, and it would show you the total work duration and the break durations and do the computation on the cards itself, so that you don't need to deep dive into the reports. When there is a need to get into the reports is when you can just go and run a report, and our AI reporting engine should be able to handle that for you quite easily. So these are the quick updates that we have, and we will let you know as we release them. They are available on beta right now, but you can start trying these features out, and these are just general updates to let you know the direction that we are taking. That's about it for me. Thank you.